These summer crafts are fun, easy, and ripe for the making. I'm Melissa, and this is Craft Crumbs. Thank you for joining me. I found these two jars in my stash. I purchased them earlier this year at the Dollar Tree, and I think they look like, well, what do you think they look like? Should we help them reach their full potential? I took them outside for a quick spray painting. Once dry, I came back inside and I'm going to lightly tap over the jar's surface, those raised areas, with my ink pad. This is an ink pad that I've had in my stash for quite a while. I'm not exactly sure where I picked it up. The color I'm using is walnut. The design on the jar is more defined in the center than it is at the top and the bottom, which is why you see me getting ink more so at the top. I'm loving the way this looks, so I'm keeping it as is. In this challenge, we're crafting from our stash, and I didn't have what I was looking for to embellish the jar in my stash, but I did have some Shrink-It inks. To create the pineapple charms that I want for the jars, I'm going to draw pineapples on the Shrink-It ink sheet, and then I'm going to bake it at 325 degrees for about 3 minutes. For those of you not familiar with Shrink-It inks, this is a perfect way to make small charms and to personalize them. You basically take a marker and draw on here. You can also use your die cutting machine to cut out shapes, and they will shrink down to a quarter of their size once placed in the oven. You'll see. I'm adding the pineapple leaves in small sections and rotating between the two designs so that I can let the ink dry before I move forward. I'm going to outline them in black to help the design pop, and I don't want the black to mingle with the green. When I was young, I could draw my tail off. I think this looks more like something a child would draw, but who cares? It's going to be shrunk down to a quarter the size, and no one's going to be looking at technique. Now, you don't have to fussy cut these out. You can simply cut the rectangle all the way around the design. It's totally up to you. I'm choosing to fussy cut these to give it a real charm feel. It's been a while since I've used Shrink-It ink, so I'm starting off with 2 pineapples, and then I'll go and make another 2 so that I have a total of 4. I'm going to use my 1/4 inch hole punch to make a hole, and off to the oven they go. It says to leave it in 1 to 3 minutes, and it'll shrivel up like this, which is normal. And then when it lays flat, to leave it in an additional 30 seconds. I added a nice long strand of embroidery floss to each of the 2 larger pineapples. I originally punched a hole in all 4 of the pineapples, but changed my mind about how I was going to hang them, so I'm just going to use a little super glue to adhere the small pineapple to the large. And I'm going to cover up the rim of the jar with fabric ribbon from Hobby Lobby. This is a velvety texture with frayed edges. While watching this video, if you find that you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more DIY inspiration. For each jar, I cut 6 leaves off of a faux fern that I picked up at Walmart in varying heights. I have 2 small, 2 medium, 2 large, and just positioning in the jar to make it look like a pineapple. I've had this faux fern in my stash for probably 5 years and never knew what to do with it. And this is probably one of the better uses I could think of. I am so happy with the way this one turned out. How fast, how easy, and how cute is this? If you love pineapple and love it as a universal welcome, give this video a like, comment below, and let me know what you think about this one. This video is part of the first of the month challenge hosted by Brenda and Krista. I have their channels as well as the entire playlist linked in the description for you. I'm so excited to see what fruity DIYs my fellow creators are making. Getting started with DIY number 2, I'm going to use some of this lemon fabric that I picked up from Walmart a while back. Last summer, I was going to do an entire lemon themed video and somehow just forgot about it. And I was looking through my fabric a few weeks ago and saw this in there and just stashed it back. And when I saw this challenge, I immediately thought of it. I'm going to fussy cut out a few pieces of the lemons and you'll see why in just a second. Remember these? Does Dollar Tree still have them? I mean, this is a craft your stash video, so I don't know if Dollar Tree still has them. I hope they do, or I hope that you have them in your stash because this idea is so stinking cute. When I go outside on the back patio at night, my daughter as well, we like to take a personal light outside, and these I thought were perfect for that. But somehow they made it in a cabinet in my craft room and never saw the light of day until this video. I'm going to use Mod Podge to attach these shapes to the outside surface of the jar. Now these jars are very textured. They have sort of a diamond shape inverted pattern on it. So I'm using my fingers to push the fabric in the high and low areas. Each jar is going to get 4 cutouts, 3 on the side and 1 on the top. I really thought that this is all I was going to do to the jars, but looking at it, I thought these things need more yellow. So I'm going to remove the base and cover up all of the sensitive areas. And then I'm going to take it outside and spray paint these babies in the same yellow we used in the first DIY. Just like magic, we're back with yellow bases. As you can see, we can still remove that top piece for the battery compartment. It takes 3 AA batteries, by the way, and these light up so beautifully. Here they are complete. I really enjoy how these turned out. I love how yellow can add happiness to any space. Keep an open mind. Use yours inside, outside. Make it with grapes, cherries, strawberries, kiwi, whatever your heart desires. Just have fun making it. I want to say thank you to my faithful subscriber, Gail, for sending in this recreation photo. This is gorgeous. Thank you for sharing it. For you advanced crafters out there, I let you get off easy on the first 2. This one's going to challenge you a little bit more, but the outcome is stunning. I'm going to take some of this fabric from the Dollar Tree that has these beautiful strawberries in shades of red and pink. The leaves are green with little white and yellow flowers. I cut this in strips, and I'm going to Mod Podge it to the outside of the bottom of this box. By the way, I thrifted this box at a local thrift store for around 50 cents, a steal if you ask me. And I'm going to make it something super cute that I can put outside and store maybe some matches in it, sunblock, whatever I can find that needs a hiding place, and a pretty hiding place it shall be. This is a cotton fabric and it requires a little bit more Mod Podge than if you were using rice paper or napkins, but not much more. Once I have that down, I'm going to apply a top coat of Mod Podge to seal everything in. Allow that to dry and then reattach the hardware. We're moving on to step 2. My promise to make this a pretty DIY is just beginning. I'm going to use this strawberry mold and some mica powder. I'm taking a clean brush and pushing it into the powder in the jar, and then I'll shake off the excess. See, just tap off that excess, and then I'm going to paint the inside of the mold with the powder by pushing firmly and making sure that it sticks. When you do this, make sure that you get all of the edges because this is, of course, a mold, so it's inverted. You want to get all of the edges. I'm going with the traditional strawberry leaf, blossom, and fruit colors, but you can really play around and use whatever you like. If you don't have any resin on hand or just prefer to use something different, I would recommend polymer clay. Just remember to push, push, push. You don't want to dust over this, it won't stick. Once you have it in there the way you like, you can tap or blow it off to remove the excess. I'm using the amazing casting resin, which will cure for you in 10 minutes. Watch this. I still have my gloves on and I'm going to demold the strawberries. So satisfying. Knowing that this needed to be a little bit shorter video than I normally put out, I did some of this off camera. Essentially, I placed the strawberries, leaves, and blossoms where I wanted them and used super glue to glue them down. Now this is still malleable, so I'm going to bend one of the leaves so that it can kind of cusp over the corner here and clamp it so that it holds in place just for a few seconds for it to dry. You'll notice at the top, I drew some stems on with a paint marker just to make it look as realistic as possible. While I was casting the strawberries, I had a little extra resin and poured it into a butterfly mold and created several of these little butterflies. Again, the resin is still malleable at this point, so I'm going to bend the butterfly as well and make it look like it landed on the strawberry. I'm going to use my paint markers to draw a few strawberries and fill in the design. Off camera, I had taken two more of those strawberry castings, painted them red with a green cap, and bunted them together with this tiny little hook in between to create a charm. I'm going to attach this with another one of those hooks, but first I need a hole. So I'm just taking whatever I can find that's sharp and punching a little hole in the wood. And then I'll screw another one of those little hooks in. I think these are called eye hooks or eye screws. I'm going to use a bulb pin to hang the charm from the eye hook. I'm going to call this wooden box done and work on the second piece. I also thrifted this little box, covered it up with the same strawberry fabric on the bottom, and I'm going to paint that little handle red. This one's super fast and easy. I also had cast this little picture frame and painted it in the same yellow shade that we've been using throughout the video. I'm going to attach it using super glue and then attach this strawberry, once I clean the paint off the backside, with more super glue to the center of that frame. I had rubbed some paint off, so I'm going to go in and touch that up a bit. Here I'm showing you the mold that I used. And I just wanted to show you, now I ran out of fabric for this, but look how cute it would be if you had enough fabric and lined the inside of this box. I want to attach some felt feet to protect the surface that I might put this on. And then these boxes are done. Here they are complete. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about this one. Is it too overdone? Is it too busy? Personally, I think it's perfect, but I might be a little biased. Let me know in the comments what you think about this one. I'm going to show you the final reveal of everything together in just a second, but I want to say thank you for being here. I knew you had a multitude of videos to choose from and you clicked on this one. I appreciate you for that. Thank you for staying until the end. You are the best part of this channel. Here's a look back at what we created today. I had so many ideas flowing, it was hard to choose which of the three ideas in my brain I should bring you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you enjoyed it so other people can as well. Subscribe if you haven't, and comment below letting me know which DIY project was your favorite. And until next time, my friend, don't forget to craft what you love.